And welcome back to the Market Wolf, where I give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and I give you my opinion. And boy, was my opinion ever wrong yesterday. I don't think I've been that wrong in a long time. And remember, I told you I would be suspicious if we did not cool off and come down a little bit. And the reason I thought that was because of that 4-hour time frame. And I thought about that 4-hour time frame even after I released the video. Right now, we are sitting on the 30-minute time frame. It is Wednesday, May 31st. This is your update for tomorrow, Thursday morning. It is 10:29 p.m. right now. We are currently on the S&P 500, sitting at $418.42. And my goodness, we dropped well below what I thought. I really believed we were going to chop inside this upper range. We really dropped below that. That 4-hour time frame really wanted to cool all the way to intraday. Once we got to intraday, we got this little bounce. And then as we close here, we're going to go over the bear case and the bull case here. This almost looks like it wants to be a W reversal. And we'll take a look at the time frames and see what we can come up with here. This is going to cover not only the S&P 500 today, but we're going to go over HBAR. We're going to go over Bitcoin, and I believe HBAR is probably behind XRP and some other cryptocurrencies out there. Bitcoin, HBAR hasn't made its move yet, so that's one we've got to look at. I don't believe it has anyway. And I know XLM has not made its move yet, so that's another one to look at. But we got to check out HBAR and see about that. I want to start with the bear case since we had such a bearish move today. Remember, I've been warning you that on the bear case, you could come all the way down to the bottom of this descending wedge that we've been inside of. Ascending wedge. We have been moving up in a bull case. We've also been inside of a symmetrical triangle that we've fallen out of, which again is bearish. So that is bearish. And, really, again, the MACD looks more like just consolidation chop right now. And we are kind of hanging out around the 418.12 level. We need to get support there and get back top side of that again. We need to reclaim some of these key levels. Now, I can tell you right now, we've had this bearish divergence on the 30-minute time frame, which we're on right now, but it looks like the 20-day might want to start curling back up and get above those as it is now supporting price. The really bearish thing I see here is this exiting volume on the 30-minute time frame right here. That's a lot of exiting volume, and that just screams to me either machines or institutional selling. Somebody knows something, right? Maybe. So let's take a look at I want to take you to the 1-minute time frame and see that, yeah, something's up. Machines or some institutions, they're getting out. That's something to pay attention to. That really is. We can't take that as meaningless. So you could be coming all the way back down to the bottom of this descending wedge at the very least. So that's a part of the bear case we have to be thinking about. Let's take a look at the 2-hour on the bear case and see what we can kind of sniff out and detect there. And I'm thinking right now, when I see this being below the 20-day and between the 50-day kind of sandwich there, that we could be in for some chop kind of on a bearish looking flag here. And the RSI is trying to get back top side. We're seeing some slowing down in the momentum on the downside. So this could be kind of a move up. Is price above the 20-day? Boy, it is just above the 20-day. So price right now on the 2 hours just above the 20-day. So, that's pretty close to being bearish. Let's put it like that. And then I think obviously the exiting volume, and boy, that exiting volume just right there where that happened, and then the momentum change right there in the middle of momentum where it was kind of easing off and just boom, right again. Really incredible there on the 2-hour time frame. Of course, that goes back to that minute time frame. So Yeah, we're currently supported. We have some EMA lines to break through on the 2 hour if we are going to head down. It all depends on volume right now. Let's take a look at the 4 hour time frame on this just to see. And that was the one that was key yesterday. I know that the RSI had sufficiently cooled by intraday on the 4 hour. And so, yeah, so you can see RSI has sufficiently cooled, and it's beginning to come back up to try and hit that that moving average. And whether or not it gets rejected, we'll have to wait and see. We do have on the 4 hour, this is interesting, right? Because on the 4 hour, the last 4 hours, despite all that exiting volume at the end, the last 4 hours was incredibly positive, okay? And we're just now starting to turn to the downside, though, on the MACD, and that could indicate really a further shift on this bear case, this little bear flag we're on. Something we're going to have to keep an eye on and watch. Let me go to the daily. This is a very interesting place to be right now, right in the middle of this ascending wedge, because I'm not sure, just from what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, see, look at the daily. Now this is your tell right here. So this has been flagging right inside of this ascending wedge. I think this points to more flagging, but also more downside on the daily time frame, because you've got increasing exiting volume on decreasing price. I think you could possibly, if you don't hit bottom tomorrow, right, on the bear case, you could at least be going down to maybe around $414.79, somewhere in that range. You could see a continued down move to there. That's possible. That is possible. And on the MACD, it even looks like some flagging too. Do we get a bounce on the RSI tomorrow? We won't know for sure, but boy, the volume seems to be telling the story, and the reversal in momentum seems to be telling the story there, that we might at least be coming down to the 20-day, if not the bottom side of this channel. So while we're here on the daily, let's go ahead and talk about the bull case that I'm seeing. I mean, the bull case is that you haven't lost the 20-day, okay? You haven't lost it. And just because this is increasing exiting volume on decreasing price, that doesn't mean at some point that isn't going to stop. Perhaps you come down to, maybe you don't even come all the way down to the 20-day. You could come further down, maybe somewhere at about 415.80 or somewhere there, and then get some chop and then some bounce back up from that area in a move up on a bull case. That is really the only bullish ideas I see right now. We don't have really, I mean, that candlestick almost seems like an indecision candlestick to me right here on the daily. Let's take a look at the 4 hour time frame on the bull case for the S&P 500 and get an idea there of what could be going on. And a lot of increasing volume here. However, I'm seeing on the MACD that might be slowing down, even though that's increasing right now. And really, the last candlestick of the day there, it just wasn't really sufficient to give us a good idea. We are supported by the 20-day, so that is bullish. This could just be like maybe a W reversal. That would be a bull case, instead of an M top. It's tough to tell because you could come back up, and on a bull case, you'd maybe want to see it come back up to the 419.62, maybe around the 419.77, come back down somewhere, and then come back up again to get bullish, and that would be a W reversal. But this could also be an M topping reversal if it got really bullish all at once, and then it could just drop off all the way back down over here somewhere. So basically what we've got is a lot of chop inside of this ascending wedge. And the problem about this whole situation is, this ascending wedge is narrowing the higher we get. So we're going to have tighter and tighter chop. And you can see we've been inside of this symmetrical triangle. We got out briefly and fell back in. So I'm using the blue part of this descending wedge on the bottom portion of support. And this is a part of our triangle right here that we got here. And I mean, really what we need to see if we want to get out of this, here's the problem, okay? More bear case. Sorry to go back and forth, but usually ascending wedges will eventually roll over and this could die. We really need this symmetrical triangle to pay out on the bull case. So we got to get top side of this symmetrical again, then get top side of the wedge, and then break out. That's our only way out of this ascending wedge, which will eventually roll over. The tighter we get here, we're going to have to make a decision at some point. And so that's what we're watching for there. So that's what you need on the bull case. You need to get support in those areas. Let's take a look at the 2 hour and see if we see anything particularly telling there about the bull case. Well, you know, momentum could be winding down to the downside now. RSI is back on the way up. I'm not seeing the volume that really makes the bull case here, to be honest, on the 2 hour. Let's take a look at just the 30-minute on the bull case, and then I'll give you my opinion on this situation that we find ourselves in right now. So the bull case on the 30-minute is, you know, pretty clear that we've got the 20-day here at least. We've also got the 200-day moving average. We're below the 50-day moving average, so not great, but we could reclaim that. And we do have the 20 and the 200, so we're at least kind of in range, at least for some more chop here. Maybe it's chop to the upside. Maybe we chop in between this top side of this symmetrical triangle and the price that we're currently sitting at 418.12. That's a possibility. You could have some chop a little lower, coming back down all the way to 416.25, right? But you could get bullish again. So yeah, I mean, RSI, that's definitely a bullish sign that we got that bounce off the RSI on the 30-minute. We're curling back up, and we're on the 50, so we could run up. The one thing this has done on the bull case, I will say, was the thing that I talked about last episode, and this did cool off on the 4 hour. So now all your time frames are clear. You are clear to make a run up. That is the bull case here. You are clear from where you are right now, if you could support and hold it at 418.12, to make another run up for the top side of this ascending wedge again. And if that happens, you've got to watch for to get top side of these things. I would not enter any trades on this tomorrow. This is like just a big moment of indecision here, back and forth. I'm giving you that as my opinion right now. I mean, this is like, I'll tell you my opinion. I'll tell you what I think is going to happen. But would I be in a trade tomorrow? No. If I was looking to go long, I would be waiting till I saw support on top of this triangle or support on top of this wedge, and then, you know, confirmation on liftoff candles there, 1, 2, boom, boom, you know, on the 30-minute, or same with the top side of the symmetrical triangle. If I was going short, if I was going to short tomorrow, I would want to see, you know, you could get a move, a couple dollar move down. Let me tell you my opinion here. I think we are going to go down. I don't think that this is going to, I think you could have a move up, like on a W reversal that might be trying to form here. So you could have an initial move up tomorrow, maybe to the top side of this triangle, and then break down. But I think you are going to break down ultimately. I think you are going to probably come down to the bottom of this wedge and then get bullish again from there, because I don't think this bull case is quite over. That exiting volume on the 1 minute is kind of a tell for me that despite what it looks like we might be trying to put in a reversal here, I really think we're probably on the way down. And I'm telling you, even as I'm saying this, it's a 50-50 for me, guys. It really is. I mean, my case is a bear case just based on what I'm seeing, and it really all comes down to volume, to be honest. So would I be in a trade tomorrow? No. In fact, the trade I'm waiting on for the long case is dependent on us getting top side of this, because if we do, of course, the bull case on the long case here is that we are making a measured move all the way up to 435.59. So that's what I'm looking for. Now remember, if this symmetrical triangle fails, let me just show you on the bear case the kind of move we're going to be looking at, and this will absolutely destroy our progress that we made inside of this ascending wedge. So if we broke down from here, right, that would put us at 402.77 roughly. But let's call the breakdown from the bottom of the wedge, because that's probably likely what's going to happen. You're coming all the way back down in those old ranges, maybe roughly around the 402.02, even the $400.55 level, and that would be just not great at all. So that's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm feeling on both the bear case, the bull case. That's my opinion. Let's get on over to Bitcoin and HBAR, make this thing happen over there. Bitcoin is looking particularly ugly here on the 30-minute time frame. We're below the 20-day. We're on a little bear flag here. It's actually probably a much bigger bear flag overall. I have a feeling we'll have to go back out, but that's just, I don't know. I don't know if HBAR is going to have the move that XRP did and that XDC had. It's questionable, especially when you see a breakdown like this on the 30-minute. We're coming back down to the 26,540 level on Bitcoin. Do we get a bounce there? It's possible. Let's just go out to the daily on this. Increasing exiting volume at this point on the 1 day, on decreasing price. We're below the 20-day moving average. We've got on the daily, we're being squeezed. It's not a full bearish divergence, but it's the start of a bearish divergence on the daily time frame. Even our momentum is beginning to slow. Do we get a bounce on the daily? No, we don't. On the RSI, it's broken it. So you can see we're inside of this descending channel. I suspect we'll come all the way down to probably roughly maybe around 26,000, 24 bucks. We might try and get a bounce. You see this blue support level here that I sniffed out and detected. We're really inside of a large symmetrical triangle here is what's happening. That's what I sniffed out and detected there, but it's also inside of a descending channel. So the only way to get out of this descending channel is for this symmetrical to pay out somehow. We need to see a reversal pattern. I do think we've got more downside before we see that reversal begin to really try and take shape. So that's what you need to be watching for on the daily. Let's just check the 4 hour and see if there's any kind of sense that we might be getting that reversal on Bitcoin, because this has a lot to do with what will be happening on HBAR and other coins as well, and it's just ugly on the 4 hour too. Let's head to the 2 hour and see if we've got any signs there. Ugly on the 2 hour. This is just more ugly. The only nice thing I have to say on the 2 hour is that it does seem as if like it is slowing down to a degree as far as the exiting volume goes on this descent. So, but I do get the sense that we're going to go down further and get a bounce that level. I said roughly, let's get a more precise, maybe 25,999, somewhere in there you might get a bounce. You could have a quick wick down all the way to 25,922, maybe further, really. But at the very least, I think that's where you're coming to, at least back to that kind of support on the triangle there that's formed. If you saw that broken, boy, that'd be so bearish. And then at that point, you have to wonder if you're just going to continue down in this descending wedge. So that's something to pay attention to. Just want to go out to the 1 week here on Bitcoin, then we're going to go to HBAR. Maybe not the weekly. Maybe I don't want to do the weekly. We'll see. There's a pattern I wanted to show you, but yeah, it's just looking uglier and uglier on the weekly as well. I mean, it's flagging. It's definitely flagging, but you're talking about probably coming back down here for the rest of the week. You're talking about this flipping to red more than likely. You're getting to the point to where you might be slowing down, and next week we might be trying to put in a reversal, but right now it's just looking kind of ugly. The one thing I could say is that we do have a 20-day piercing. The 50-day for the beginning of a bullish divergence on the weekly. Now, whether that bubbles up on the time frames rather quickly or not, I don't think that's going to happen right away. I do think we see the downside first, and then we might really see that take off. So that's something to pay attention to. We could have further downside too, though, honestly, because this is looking very much like a shoulder and a head, and we might try and put on another shoulder, but it's something we're just gonna have to watch in this area. We won't know until we know. We'll see the indications. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's take a look then at HBAR. We're sitting on a little bear flag here. We're below the 20-day on the weekly. The weekly is just ugly. The volume is ugly. Everything is ugly. The only good news is we might be getting to a spot where we might be putting in a reversal soon, because we do have support on the 0.0511. We're so far behind the move that XRP is making and XDC made. It's really surprising to see HBAR kind of in the gutter this way. Let's take a look at 2 hour. Again, bearish below the 20-day. Just on 30 minutes, see if we see any sign of reversal bubbling up there. Yeah, maybe, but the RSI is getting rejected. So we're still below the 20-day. Yeah, I'd be waiting to buy HBAR. I mean, this just looks like further move to the downside. This looks like it just wants to spill out again, and I'm sure there's some levels in between what I have marked here. Those are like sub levels that I'm not really worried about. Your next major level down is going to be the 4-cent mark, 0.04429. If we break this current level we're at right now at about 0.0510, we break that, and we're going to be having some more movement down. It's just ugly right now, guys. I wish I could tell you I saw a reversal on HBAR. I can't even tell you, like, yeah, buy in, because it's about to catch up with XRP. I'm really starting to wonder if XRP is beginning to break away from Bitcoin. That would be a heck of a thing to see happen. But anyway, that's the bear case, that's the bull case, that's what I'm thinking. I will see you next time on The Market Wolf.